in Kali or backtrack or whatever, and I type driftnet -v /d /root /desktop /photos. So now it's saying using temporary file directory, listening on ETH1 interface in promiscuous mode, using filter so and so, start display child, whatever, right? Now let's assume that I'm some user on the network. I open up, say, indiatimes.com. So all the photos that are on this particular web page are obviously getting downloaded onto this network, or rather onto my computer. And because they are entering the network, DriftNet can actually record those photos. So if I go back to that photos directory or photos folder, if you notice, there are a bunch of different photos that have been recorded in this particular folder. As simple as that. So it's still loading, but all of you get the whole idea. So that's what DriftNet is all about. It specializes in recording photos that are being sent or received on the entire network. So if you notice, look at the shell prompt. It's still kind of recording all the connections that are getting established on the network. So that's DriftNet, how to record photos being sent across the network. Similarly, there's another very interesting data sniffer called URL Snarf. URL Snarf. It basically records all the URLs that are being requested on the network. So it's like a data sniffer, except that it only records the URLs. So how to run it? Open up shell prompt and type URL Snarf. So it is now listening on ETH1, interface ETH1, for any request for URLs. Since it's VMware, it's just easier if I open up something here in my browser, just for the demonstration purpose. So if you notice, all the URLs that are being accessed are getting recorded in URL Snarf. So if you can run your system on ISO mode, or if it's connected directly to the network, then these software can be invaluable. Similarly, you have MSG Snarf, Message Snarf, which allows you to record or sniff all the chat messages that are being sent or received on the network. The 13th attack that is possible using Backtrack or Kali is a tool called the Harvester. I think I may have shown this to you before. It basically can crawl the web for information gathering purposes. So imagine that you want to search the entire internet for maybe results related to a particular website. So for example, I'm typing the command ./theharvester.py space -d space imt.edu /l 100/b space all. So -d specifies the victim domain, which in this case is imt.edu. -l limits the number of results that you'll get, and -b specifies the search engines that you want to use. So let me run this command. So I open up the shell prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and type this command. it is showing me an error that it does not exist. Let me make sure the path name is okay. So I need to specify the path name, or I need to open it up from the menu. Okay, so I click on applications, backtrack, exploitation tools, web exploitation, application vulnerability assessment. Okay, so just the way I am also kind of searching for these tools, you can also search for these tools if you're using, say, Kali instead of backtrack. It's just a matter of either doing Google search or just using the search option. So now if I notice I type the same command, it is searching in Google, it's searching in PGP key server, searching in Bing, and it showed me all the different email addresses with the domain @imt.edu. So I can get private information about companies by just typing their email address, by just typing this command and just specifying the domain. So that shows me all the email addresses that are found and also the host names that are found in the output. So it's a pretty cool information gathering or network reconnaissance kind of tool to have with you when you're trying to hack into some website. The 14th attack is cracking the buyer's password. So as you can clearly see, one by one, you'll realize that pretty much all kinds of attacks are possible using backtrack or Kali. So there's a software called CMOS password or CMOS PWD. CMOS PWD allows you to actually crack the buyer's password. What you got to do is open up the software and then type /CMOS PWD /K. And if you look at the screenshot, it will give you the option to either kill the CMOS or kill the CMOS and try to keep the date and time. Right? So 2 different options it will give you. So just type 1 or 2 depending on what you wish to do. The 15th attack that is possible using backtrack or Kali is checking for rootkits. The name of the software is Check Rootkit. CHK Rootkit. So it will basically make sure that your system does not have any rootkit installed. So the command is /CHK rootkit. So it's basically searching for any rootkits that may exist on your system. So it's like an antivirus kind of a scan. Rootkits are backdoors that may have been left behind by a criminal who's trying to gain access to your machine without you realizing at a later stage. Next comes one of my favorite attacks using backtrack or Kali, and it's an attack called fuzzing. So what exactly is fuzzing and what makes it so dangerous? Name of the software, actually, let's start with a definition of fuzzing. Fuzzing is basically a technique of sending or inputting invalid, unexpected, random, and malformed inputs to an application with the intention of finding out what input will crash that application. In other words, in fuzzing, you keep sending all kinds of input to the victim application so that you can try to find out if there is a particular type of input that will crash that application. Fuzzing is normally used for testing the security of a software, but obviously you can use it to find loopholes in a software that is running on a remote computer. So name of the software is SICK Fuzz. SICK fuzz, and it's available on Backtrack and Kali pre-installed. In case it's not, you can always download it as well. So just open up the shell prompt, type cd, that is change directory, to /pentest/fuzzers/sigfuzz, and then you type ./sigfuzz.py. Right, so it will kind of give you some information on how you need to run this software. So to run the software, you can type ./sigfuzz.py /script all /IP followed by the victim. So I'm typing imt.edu /port 80 /iface, that is used to specify the interface, which is in ETH1 in this case, /log/root. So I'll give all of you a couple of minutes to write this down. ./sigfuzz.py space /script space all space /IP space www.imt.edu space /port space 80 space /iface space ETH1 space /log space /root. And now it's trying to keep sending various kinds of input to imt.edu on port 80, trying to see if something will crash the web server or not. So it will take some time. All the results are getting logged in that log file. But the idea is to keep changing the type of input that you are sending in a bid to crash the IMT server. So it's something like almost like a automated attack that you are executing against the victim. I'll just show the command to all of you once again. So please feel free to write it down. Alright, so sigfuzz will send lots of invalid, unexpected, random and malformed input/requests to the victim and see if it is able to crash it. So all the responses received from the victim will be displayed as output. It will keep fuzzing the victim until you stop the tool. Next attack is SMS spoofing. So how can you perform SMS spoofing using one of my favorite tools called Social Engineering Toolkit, or the SET Toolkit. It is available in both Backtrack and Kali, and you can also, any kind of Linux operating system, you can download it and install it as well. Social Engineering Toolkit or SET Toolkit is fabulous. You start it, type 1 to go to social engineering attacks, then type 7 SMS spoofing attack, and type 1 for performing an SMS spoofing attack. And then you can either choose a single number to perform an SMS spoofing attack, or you can perform a mass attack as well. Let me actually just give you a demonstration of this. So applications, Backtrack, exploitation tools, social engineering tools, social engineering toolkit, SET. Alright, so first option, type 1 for social engineering attacks. Then type 7 for SMS spoofing attack. Then I want to perform a SMS spoofing attack, so I press 1. I want to attack a single phone number, so I type 1. Send SMS to, I'll just type some random cell phone number. This is not a real number. Use a predefined template or craft a one-time SMS. So I want to do a one-time SMS, so I type 2. Source phone number, again any number of my choice. Body of the message, haha, you got spoofed. And press Ctrl C when you're done. And then you got to choose which website you want to use to send a spoofed SMS. So my favorite is smsgang.com. It's not free. So I type 3. It'll ask me to enter my PIN code or my password for my SMS Gang account. And when I enter that password, the spoofed SMS will get sent. If you remember, we had seen smsgang.com earlier as well. So you don't technically need the social engineering toolkit software. You could manually also send spoofed SMSs from this website. Right? You can perform a free test as well if you want to. So that's SMS spoofing using social engineering toolkit. Next is phishing attack. How to perform phishing attack using social engineering toolkit. We have kind of seen this earlier, so I quickly, rushed past it. For those of you who don't remember, social engineering tools, social engineering toolkit. Oops. All right. So how to perform phishing attack using social engineering toolkit? So I press 1 in the home menu, then I select website attack vector. Then credential harvester attack method, and then I can either clone a website or use a template. So let's clone a website. It is asking me to enter the IP address where the username password should be sent back. So I type ifconfig to get my IP address, which is 192.168.27.128, I believe. Yeah, 128. Alright, it is now asking me to select the domain that I want to clone. So I will say type gmail.com. So it's cloning the website now. We had seen this demonstration in the phishing attack lecture. So now you got to send a link to the victim. The link should be the IP address of your own computer. And when the victim clicks on that link, they should hopefully connect to the fake login screen of Gmail. Let us see if that happens or not. Alright, so if all of you look at the screen, we have a fake login screen of Gmail. I type in a username. So victim types username. Victim thinks that the username password are going to go to the real Gmail website. But what they don't realize is that the username password will get stolen. So when the victim types the username password and presses sign in, the victim gets redirected to the real Gmail website. So the victim thinks that something must have been wrong with my password, but actually the password got stolen because when I go back to the social engineering toolkit software, it has actually recorded the username password of the victim. Username was Farid Ranki of Gmail and password is AFCEH. That's obviously not my real password, but all of you get the whole idea. So phishing attack is pretty easy. We have seen this before. So I'm just going to quickly skip this whole all the slides because we've seen the demo again. Just the way phishing attack, you can either use a web template. You can also clone a website. Right? So site cloning is another thing that you can do using social engineering toolkit. So you had phishing attack using web template, you have phishing attack using site cloning technique, and now you have something called QR code attack. So what exactly is the QR code attack and how can you execute it? So the QR code attack allows you to create a QR code which when sent to the victim